Hey everybody, we are back with Maurice from Kia of Attleboro, everybody's favorite Kia guy, and today we're going to be living the van life. We're going to be talking about
the Kia Carnival MPV.
Yahoo! Now, vans of old, people are like, oh, I'm never going to drive a van. But you and I were talking off camera. I can't even believe I'm saying it. It's a pretty cool van.
It's very cool. Kia does not want you to use the word van.
Oh, really?
They rebranded and remarketed it as the MPV, the multi-purpose vehicle.
All right.
The Kia Carnival replaces the Kia Sedona van,
Sure.
and it's directly marketed towards that family that says, I'll never drive a van. So
Okay, cool.
Here we are with the Kia Carnival MPV, back for 2024 with no changes because it was such a hit in 22 and 23.
Yeah, and this has a pretty big V6 engine, right?
Same V6 that you'll find in our flagship Telluride. It gives it plenty of power, plenty of pep. You'll never be in a situation where you're not passing somebody.
Nice.
Not that you should always be passing people.
Hey, but you know, when you're in the van, sometimes you got to give it a little, let everybody know the van's still fast. I see this is the SX model I think you mentioned when we were talking, and we have 20-inch wheels, we have a cool grille. Yeah, give us a little rundown of the exterior here.
So you'll notice right away the SX stands out because it does have the more aggressive grille with the nice chrome finish on there to give it a more aggressive look. You'll only find that on the SX.
It's a little Range Rover-y.
It very much is, and Kia's not afraid to say that they do steal some styling from the high-end luxury European brands. You'll get the HID headlamps on the outside of an SX, the 20-inch blacked out wheels, roof rails come standard on EX and above, and it's just a sharp looking vehicle from the back taillights that go all the way across the entire exterior. They did a great job with the redesign.
I really like the light bar. I know a lot of manufacturers have been using that, but I think it's really unique, and from far away it looks pretty neat as well. Now, are these sliding doors on the outside, or are they open regular?
Dual sliding doors.
Okay, cool. All right, let's talk about, obviously, all the Kia products come with a myriad of things to help you when you're in traffic, driving, blind spot. Tell us about some of the technologies in this.
So when you start with the Kia DriveWise, safety, tech, they really load you up. These vehicles not only have the ability to alert you when you're about to get into a forward collision, or if somebody's behind you, or if somebody's in your blind spot. It actually assists with the steering as well as the brakes when you are in any type of emergency situation like that. So when you see the word assist after forward collision, after blind spot, after rear collision, that means it's actually going to help you with the braking in any type of emergency situation.
And that's always great if you've got kids, dogs, what have you in the car distracting you. Not that you should be distracted driving, but it's always a helpful hand from over here from Kia.
Absolutely, and the systems all work together. The cameras work with the safety features as well as with the navigation. You can turn on the smart navigation and cruise control, and it will literally help you stay in the correct lane on the highway.
That's really neat. That's part of the smart cruise technology, and it's got the surround view monitor. I was just driving, oh my gosh, what was I in? I was in some kind of Lincoln product, which will be on this show, by the way. And I really like the fact that manufacturers are utilizing the huge screen to have a big camera, because if you're driving an MPV, I didn't say van, you definitely want to see completely around that car with that 360 view, so you can see dogs, children, all kinds of things.
Anything from bikes to pedestrians, cyclists, everything like that.
Yes, the cyclists. So we were talking earlier, now the vehicle that you drove is the most affordable model. I think that's in the high 30,000 range, and you said that comes standard with leather, heated seats, all kinds of things.
Yeah, so I always like to stay away from using the term base model, entry level, however you want to coin it. The LX seat package is a true 8-passenger. You have the ability to remove the middle seat in the middle row, make it a 7-passenger, and give you those captain's chairs that everybody seeks as the captain's chair setup.
Yep.
Or it's a true 8-passenger. But to touch on what you're saying, even at the entry level, you get leather, heated seats, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, backup camera, Bluetooth. It's loaded.
Yeah.
And you don't lose any of the safety features. You don't have all of the advanced driving assist features,
Sure.
But you have your standard lane keep, blind spot, forward collision, and rear collision.
That's really nice. I noticed it comes standard with a really large screen, that 12-inch touchscreen. And tell me a little bit more about this navigation-based smart cruise control. What does that actually do?
When you're in the top trim level, the SX, the navigation will work along with the cruise control and the safety features to not only keep you a safe distance from the car in front of you, but to keep you in the same lane that you're supposed to be in for the entire trip.
Oh, that's fantastic. And as we all know, nothing's better to travel long distance in than an MPV. I've always been a man of the van, and I've never been one of those never van guys because I think they do everything well, and they're surprisingly fast.
They do. The guys at the dealership make fun of me because I say this thing is great. You can put bike racks up there. You can load
it does
up
everything.
You can load up the roof racks. You can put bumper stickers on it and look like a cool active guy. And they're like, "There's nothing cool and active about that." And I'm like, "There really is."
Yeah, there is. I see, and it has obviously plenty of room for cargo. This is going to get better fuel mileage than, say, something like a Tahoe or a full-size SUV, and still has the pretty much same amount of space inside, right?
Absolutely. You're not giving up any cargo or versatility or function. Look at these folks on the camping trip, loading it up with a whole bunch of gear. You get the extra power outlet in the back when you have the SX, and you are going to get better fuel economy out of the efficient V6.
Absolutely, and I've driven that V6 and it has plenty of power. What are those rated for horsepower these days?
That's at 297.
Hey, that's not too bad. So we have all kinds of things. I see we got some dual monitors back here.
So there's some unique features like the dual monitors that are standard from the factory on the SX rear seat entertainment package.
Sure.
But there's something cool called passenger view and passenger talk, which goes into play when you have a family. I had a customer come in and they specifically wanted that trim because they had an elderly member of the family that they always wanted to keep an eye on. So when she's seated in the back, they were able to turn on the camera, talk to her, and view her and make sure she was always safe and comfortable on long trips. And that was the thing that actually drove that sale home.
Wow.
It was a really, really cool thing to be able to deliver that to that family.
Is that a class exclusive thing?
It may be. I know one thing I'd love to touch on that is class exclusive is the rear sunroof on the top trim actually opens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been in a car with a rear sunroof.
So
it's
even
always just a viewing window.
Yeah, so even our Telluride flagship SUV, the rear sunroof does not open. It's just a fixed glass roof.
Right.
On the Carnival, it's an actual power sunroof, and it's really cool.
Gotta love that. So you said we have passenger view. This is what we were talking about. Wow, look at that. That's pretty neat.
It's very neat.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned with, I wouldn't think of that. I always think of, an MPV with children, dogs. I very rarely think, you need to take care of an elderly parent or friend.
It was a unique situation, and it was a cool moment to be able to deliver that to that family.
That's fantastic. I mean, as with all the new Kias, it's got a great looking interior. I really like the finish on the dash. I put some hands on the one that was here today. And like I said, even on the most entry level trim, it has leather seats and heated seats, which is really neat. And I see this has got to be the SX. We've got the digital display here and actual buttons.
Yes, actual buttons, and they really do top it off nice with the SX trim when you get the digital display for the cluster in front of you.
Let's see. Oh, and you can get the Bose sound system, 12 speakers, which I'm sure is plenty. Yeah, look at all the space in this thing. That's wild. So Maurice, it's full of standard safety features. You can kind of get in any trim level. It's got some class exclusive things. I think it looks really great. It's crazy to say things like MPVs or vans and things like the Prius actually look good. I can't even believe it's coming out of my mouth here for coming for 2024. So I think it's an interesting vehicle. I'm glad you came in to tell us about it and tell us where we can get them.
As always, thank you so much for having me. It's always exciting to talk to a true car guy like yourself. It is an exciting vehicle. This is the SX in the highly sought after Astra Blue trim. You can find me at Kia of Attleboro anytime. Shop me online at kiaofattleboro.com or just come to South Attleboro Mass and ask for Maurice.
All right, you got it, brother. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see ya.